question. I mean, maybe the Complexity Dynasty back in the day. I'm sure
what was that G3 run you had?
Maybe a couple of, I don't remember, like 4 maps we dropped, but...
Did you drop one, just like a search string?
Maybe, I don't know.
There's been some wild runs, but this is, I mean, that didn't have bracket, or that didn't have pool play, though. So map 3, we'll see if 100 Thieves can close it out for back-to-back. GenG fighting for their tournament lives in their first grand final.
And well, the Death Touch on it, what they were so good at was getting this B point early on, right off the break, behind the Saw duo. Envoy is gonna get taken down, but you have 2 ticks in. Mox with that ICR is gonna find 1, but Slasher with 2 of his own. So you have a bit of a split push right now. There's Major Maniacs on A, but that's all gonna be dead. Now GenG gonna have to fight out of their base.
Trying to looking for an opening, but it just doesn't seem to be there. The 2 kills might be enough to at least make sure no pressure from 100 Thieves towards their spawn side of the map.
That's gonna be B point.
It goes so quick, it's done. Now where do they opt to wrap? You've got 3 players mid-map from 100 Thieves getting information on where this push is gonna come from. 3 are gonna be wrapping back towards their side. Enable and Priest are gonna be there ready to deal with this. Rotating over is Kenny as well. Priest is just ready and waiting, hard aiming that back elbow. Enable can't win his one-on-one top. Priest tries to get in for the trade, but can't quite do it. Lives basically square right now, and the difference between a map like Frequency versus any other, it really just takes 1 to 4 or 5 down to make the play. Priest tries to get flashy with it, but Major Maniac picks him out of the sky. 3 down for 100 Thieves. They got to get through. Kenny still around the point, and those 2 kills likely enough to bring the reinforcements back in.
Yeah, I love what GenG do though on this map. They make sure they have control of their base. They don't try to work top middle. They play together. They get control of their balcony. Now on this A zone for 100 Thieves, you have to try to contest. It's gonna go quickly. It's gonna come down to this fight. Trade so far, as we always see in this area. 4 dead for 100 Thieves. Slash to the last up is able to win 1, and maybe, just maybe, they'll have 1 more chance because there's only 2 players up for GenG. It's not going up that quick, but here come the reinforcements.
Yeah, that 1 kill from Slasher, crucial to extend it, but not long enough. GenG get a round win.
Something they can work off of.
But they still need 2 more rounds, 6 more maps. It just seems insane what they have to do. If somehow they pull it off, it'd be one of the most ridiculous things I've seen in my entire casting career with how well 100 Thieves have been playing. Envoy turned up massively in the search and destroy, but it wasn't enough to get the victory.
Well, I mean, he's answered the call, right? I mean, he stepped up. You just need other players too. When you talk about how complete of a team 100 Thieves is, no one can struggle. 100 Thieves gonna go towards B. 3 players on it. 2 players watching top middle. Havoc, Nagafin working the base of 100 Thieves. We'll see what they're able to find. Envoy 25 points off with streaks. Just trying to get a bolt into someone. Able to stay up. And there we go.
1 bolt in. That's all you need. With the way Black Ops 4 works, so easy to get streaks, and he takes advantage. Finds another kill behind it.
He can use
to
these
get fully
if you want.
streaked out. Yeah, on defense, they are so deadly. Right into the top window he goes. When do the streaks come into play? He's gonna wrap back and try to assist towards this A side of the map, just making sure they can test the Sog duo, doing everything in and around the point. 100 Thieves back to spawn. Only thing that can slow down Envoy seems to be Nagavin's Maddox.
Naga throwing a nade out. Stun in though from 100 Thieves. A 5 life advantage right now.
And maybe more streaks. Maybe more streaks, not quite able to do it. I think Mox gets him so weak but can't finish it. And the early War Machine gonna come into play now for Envoy. 2 kills through it. As Havoc will still be inside.
Kenny working the flank, able to get towards that orange balcony. And what was a 5-kill advantage, well, now it's just down to 4 as they're able to find a couple of kills. Still though, they have to capture his zone, extend that time. Envoy just has done such a great job. 12 and 4, can't find a second.
Yeah, I think it's a dead slide there as he tries to get in maybe for the shot melee. It'll cost him. But his teammates stepping it up for him. Major Maniac caught between 2. somehow stays up till Envoy comes in to help. 5 life advantage now and a chance to go up 2-0 in this game 3.
And if they go towards that B zone, that's when Envoy can use those streaks. That's when he can just secure this round. He's waiting for that. That's why they've put so much emphasis towards A. Mox with some nice shots onto Enable. Envoy gonna use the lightning. Able to connect with 10 versus 5 now. GenG close to being up 2-0 in map number 3.
14-6 for Envoy. Just fantastic stuff. The final push from 100 Thieves. Unable gets picked. Envoy, of course, with the kill. He gets meleeed though and can't snap in time. But as Octane gets off the map, it's 2 in a row for GenG, and 1 round away from making this series a whole hell of a lot more interesting.
Really where they've been so good has been on offense, so you go back to where you're comfortable. We'll see what 100 Thieves does.
And
maybe trying to stack B, not let them get it.
If they can get this win, they get to their hard point.
They get to frequency. Again, just 1 map at a time, 1 round at a time for GenG. It's going to be a long fight.
Okay, so listen, I'm one off grab. He is also. Yo, I have a stun. I'm gonna stun A, alright? Alright. Yeah, stun A, I'm gonna grapple, try to kill their grapple.
Can they close it out here? The specialist now starting to load up. Priesta very close to the grab slam. Nagathan inching towards that tac 5. Havoc goes soaring in, but there's a stun to meet him. Unable will get the better of him from that spot, and it's Priesta able to get away with his life. A team kill for Envoy. Will that be the difference? It appears that it should be, as Enable gets 2 before he drops. Picking up the pieces will be Priesta. Octane starting to move up mid-map into the window, which was right over to his side. And that's a big close-range one-on-one yet again with the ICR. But the next push from GenG over towards B. Crossing over to mid-map will be all of 100 Thieves. 3 players there. Nate kills 4 either end of it. Priesta a chance to work the flank as well. Those 2 remaining players from GenG seem to be trapped, and Priesta's going at him in spawn, making it so those spawners can't get back to the action. So 1 bit of progress in, but that's going to be it for now, Joe.
Yeah, Priesta, I mean, he was going to go on that flank, but as soon as a couple of kills go down on the zone, he just turns towards this spawn and able to find 2 and stays alive. They're up 7 kills in this round. And that strong start that we saw from GenG right off the break doesn't happen. It's Priesta finds 2 more, now on 3 in a row. They're just trapped in their base.
And this is what's so scary about frequency, and the reason we don't see it a ton in the Pro League. You could just get into such frustrating positions where you're taking gunfights what appears to be 5 to 10 feet off of your spawn, but now with those 2 kills, they're able to get out. Envoy's gonna push across and let his teammates get set up inside of the point. Priesta though, once again, just picking people up off spawn. That's Major Maniac popping again. He's looking for an opening. Priesta's gonna keep him back on spawn so he can't get into the mix. That's a nice win from Major Maniac, but the rest of his teammates drop towards the objective, and they've only got 6 lives left.
Yeah, we've seen GenG actually just jump off the map towards the end of these rounds where they don't think they can win. They're not going to do it this time. Slasher able to find a couple.
And he's already got his war machine, so not going to be big in the scheme of points for him.
14-4 now. Some progress made today, but I think we both know this is going to our round number 4. Slasher working all the way around. Only 3 players remain. Here comes the push from 100 Thieves.
I was going to say the one thing that's good for GenG, you get smoked in this round, but you don't give up any streaks. But we saw Enable. He was very, very close.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was wondering when they were just going to jump on off. But Priest actually does get a tag, so finds 1 kill. So now 100 Thieves find some momentum. You still have a streak on Envoy. It was Enable a couple of times who finds a couple of big streaks. Priesta, Slasher, everybody contributing in round 3.
Yeah, we'll check Enable when we get back into the next round. I think he was around 100 points off of a lightning strike. But Lord God, do they seem calm and dialed in. So yeah, he's 175 off, so still work to do. You mentioned the streak on Envoy. They're going to call him the TAC 5 for this opening push on the defensive end. Can Priesta maybe set up a big slam? Noggin falls off the map. Slasher's gonna get a hit with the War Machine as well. It's gonna be 2 down nearly instantly. The War Machine can't quite clean it up as they try to get towards bottom ladder. What an answer from GenG. Mox and Havoc go big to get 3 and retain control, because with the 2 kills coming in, the 1 fall off the map, I thought that was gonna be at least a point or a bit of progress for 100 Thieves, but GenG, nice job fighting back.
Yeah, now can 100 Thieves get out of their base. Priestahh putting some shots in. Envoy hasn't slowed down. He's 20 and 14. Mox as well really stepped it up with that ICR. Priestahh gets the attack 5, gonna fly across. So creative with that grapple. It's a bit of a pinch towards this A site. Havoc tries it in. I think he was thinking about the grab slam, but that should be A for 100 Thieves.
And they'll have, what, just under 2 minutes to work with for the next point. Priestahh is pushed up all the way into their lobby.
Mox uses Vision Pulse.
He wants to maybe set up this grab slam. Can he get into a position to make a big play? It's Kenny that gets 2 headshots. Havoc, maybe his turn for the grab slam. Tries to go up, gonna get caught. Kenny now with 3 in a row. Big kills around the site, and 100 Thieves is in.
Just gotta call this streak in. That's gonna keep them off the point, allow them to regain control. But that was a push behind the Vision Pulse and not able to find anything. Priestahh is still alive, not able to find the second. A 4 kill advantage right now for 100 Thieves. Octane with that Tempest.
I keep thinking maybe it's time for the grab slam, but can they hold on to the life advantage? They're trading efficiently so far. Up 5. Trying to push this to around 5 and maybe close this out in 3-0 fashion. The cluster not going to do anything as they've got the trophy set up towards back elbow. Slasher now gets both streaks. Can they go for the jugular here within this round? Nice job getting back in. Almost 4 going to drop for 100 Thieves. Priestahh with 17 HP, able to dip back to bottom ladder and get away with his life towards mid-map.
Now it's Slasher with those streaks. I mean, you have the 4 life advantage. Maybe you set it on up, you get everybody to stay alive. Priestahh, I think they lost track of him. He's gonna find another kill.
He must have taken what seems to be 500-600 damage in this life and just stays up. Finally, it's a concussion that gets it done. But the streaks on Slasher, is that the opening they need? They got 2 to deal with bottom ladder, 1 top middle as well. They have no top middle progress. This will be difficult for them to get in. The War Machine from Envoy enough to get it done. Enable will fall. 9 to 8. Advantage 100 Thieves. GenG starting to fall apart, but still a 3-man stack and still that mid-map control.
I mean, you have Vision Pulse. You have the slam as well, plus the streaks. 100 Thieves should be able to send this to a game 5. Or round 5. Priestahh flies on in, but he gets cut down. Envoy finds one near the opposite side of the map. Enable trying to work bottom ladders. It's taken down while the lightning strike's called in. Can GenG survive this strike? I mean, it's desperation time. They have to use everything. Slasher trying to find anything with the Hellstorm. Maybe can get 1. Mox still kills Priestahh.
What a big clutch this could be from GenG. Can they get it done? Can they hold on? 4v3. They've got the numbers. 10 seconds remaining. 2 players left for 100 Thieves. This could send us to a map 4. They've got to go. Clock dwindling. 2 seconds. The contest in. Priest able to beam 1, but will get dropped. Mox closes it out, and GenG survive to get to their hard point pick.
And I think that was one of those rounds where 100 Thieves was trying to take too much into round number 5. They had Vision Pulse, you had Slam, Octane with the Tempest, plus the 2 streaks where it gets to a point where GenG holds on, and then it's desperation time. You don't want to use the streaks when you don't have the setup that you want. You don't have the position.
I thought they were going to call him in earlier when they had a bit of position
exactly.
on the objective. Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. They were just trying to get them into round 5. They thought they could do it. What was the life advantage, round 4 or 5?
Yep.
I thought they think they could get it done behind that, but just couldn't do it. But I do want to take a look at the tail end of this round as GenG with the massive and heroic hold to extend this series. Hand 100 Thieves their 4th map loss of the weekend. And maybe enough of a sign of life to chain this together, push it to a map 5, and you've said multiple times, map by map, inch by inch.
When you see, I mean, Enable with Vision Pulse, we had on board with Octane, he had the Tempest. There was just a lot of tools, I think, that could have got you to a round 5 without having to use the streaks. Maybe you use the Vision Pulse with the Slam, right? It makes it a little bit easier for Priestahh. But I think just overthought it a bit.
Well, just